Good morning, everyone, and good afternoon to those of you on the East Coast. We appreciate you joining today's webinar, which is sponsored by Swimmer Integrated Marketing by Design. I'm Lauren Young of Freshly Baked Communications, and today I will be moderating part 2 of the Fast Forward, Get Ahead of the Marketing Curve webinar series. And this is going to be led by Mark Swimmer, Managing Principal of Swimmer Marketing. How are you this morning, Mark?
Doing fantastic. As I mentioned, a great day here in the Chicago area and a great sunny day. Clear my voice, get ready here.
Definitely. Well, just a few housekeeping rules for our guests here today. Before we begin, please keep your phones on mute. That will help us eliminate any background noise during the conference. You will have an opportunity to ask questions with our expert at the very end of the webinar. However, in the meantime, if you do have a question or if you would like to submit any additional comments to Mark or I during the presentation, you're welcome to participate by using the chat feature, which you can find in the lower left-hand corner of your screen. There will also be a Q&A session at the very end of the webinar, and Mark will be happy to answer as many questions as possible during the allotted time. Just to give you a few more details on your host this morning, I serve as the CEO and founder of Freshly Baked Communications, which is a brand marketing strategy and content writing firm that specializes in creating memorable brand messaging across the world. I'm also a 4-time award-winning author and international speaker, and I love to bake, if you couldn't already tell from the name of my company. Mark is known for his ability to quickly assess the business needs beyond his client's perceived program scope, and he adds value and strength to the overall program and its success. Mark has 30-plus years of experience in partnering with business professionals to achieve and exceed their goals, which has made him a very valuable resource to his clients, as I'm very sure he will be with you today. All right. Mark, anything that you'd like to add and share with the group about yourself?
No, it's great to have everybody aboard. Got into this from my love of art and promoted us into the new iteration of us, which is really leading with strategy and then all the tactics that are involved. So shall I begin, Lauren?
Sounds good. I'm excited to learn more about how to implement this integrated marketing across a variety of platforms and audiences. So with no further ado, I will turn the presentation over to you, Mark.
All righty. Thanks, Lauren. Didn't mean to cut you off there really quickly.
You're fine. No worries.
Is great. Sorry?
Oh, you're fine. No worries.
Right. Okay. Great to have everybody aboard. As Lauren mentioned, this is number 2 of 3, and I'll tell you a little more about 3 at the end there. But wanted to lead off with a good plan implemented today is better than a perfect plan implemented tomorrow. George Patton basically said this, and it's a great thought that really you need to jumpstart things, and you need to choose a direction and head into that. So welcome to part number 2, kind of to reiterate a few things. This one's about implementation, fast forward, get ahead of the marketing curve. Part 1 I shared forward-thinking marketing strategies, and today basically we roll up our sleeves and look at how to implement them. We've got a ton of content here, and so I'll be running through, hopefully not running that fast, but away we go. The play button, your new call to action for video marketing. We'll be talking about these points here. What works in B2B customer loyalty programs? Mobile, everybody's on mobile. How to app yourself. Third area, or fourth area, putting your big data to work. Content marketing, maximizing your blogging and social media. Big topics that excited to present today. Marketing to millennials. Millennial marketplace is huge, no matter what business, what industry. And can everybody hear okay? I see that somebody cannot. Is everybody can hear me?
I'm working on that with right now, so you can go ahead.
Okay, great.
Mm-hmm.
Ready already to roll out poll question number 1.
Okay. Our first poll question of the morning is, according to Forbes, blank percent of senior executives prefer video over text if both are available on the same page, and page meaning web page. So if you're going to the home page of a website, this percentage of senior executives prefer video over text. Your choices here are 27%, 71%, 59%, or 93%. Feel free to go ahead and vote now. I'll give you a couple of seconds. 3, 2, 1. Okay, I'm going to go to the results. Oh, wow. Mark, what do you see on your end?
Wow. Even all across the board. It's amazing. Actually, the answer is, per Forbes, 59% prefer video. So, we can see just how huge video is, and I'll be talking about that soon. Great question. All right, let's kick it off. The play button, your new call to action. Show, don't tell. Jump off right into the video. This is the simplest, most powerful lesson a marketer can learn. According to Marketing Prof study, more than 70% of marketing professionals report that video converts better than any other medium. We hear this day in and day out. Google now, basically, in order to be listed high in ranking, you need to incorporate video into your stories. So make a few friends that with that video play button. It's basically a new call to action. Whether you're new to video marketing or been using it for a while, here are some best practices right here. 1, write your video mission statement. Start with video marketing mission statement. At Acme Widget, we make educational video content for professional installers so that they'll buy and use our products. Build a story around each video and try to be basically true to that story. So, number 2, determine video content. Styles, key takeaways, target audience, always basically have these in mind. Number 3, source video content in video categories. See if you've archived video. Sometimes you'll have a video, granted you may not always be able to lean back on one that's several years old, but see if you've archived that. You can repurpose it, develop fresh content in sort of many areas, including recorded video, recorded webinars like this one. This one will be posted. Event marketing, trade shows, another point. Helpful how to do videos. You go on the tube, you go on YouTube, anything and everything is up there. I was programming a bike computer. I'm up on there. There's several videos on that. Thought leadership interviews, product explainers and detailed demos, support topic walkthroughs, company culture videos, customer testimonials, a great one, as long as they're authentic, documentary-like case studies, and more. Make your video worth watching. You don't need a videographer necessarily. Get started using a smartphone or many other of your videos. Whether you do this or not, create a script for the message clarity. Avoid the ums and ohs in the videos. Number 5, DIY video editing for less than $100. Check out Cyberlink, Adobe Premiere, Corel for editing options. They don't necessarily need to break your budget. iMovie is a great one. We're Mac-based, do PC around here, but iMovie's basic, easy, cheap. You might want to start right there. 6 on our list, get promoted and get watched. Because video is part of your content marketing strategy, you can use similar strategies to promote it. Leverage video channels like YouTube, Vimeo, but for more sophisticated video analytics, look into things like Vidyard. What works in B2B customer loyalty programs? Slide number 6, we changed colors on you. Returning customers are a vital ingredient in your company's recipe for success. Make sure they know it. Here's some loyalty tactics that you should be considering now. Mobile apps. ZDNet recently reported that B2B organizations are using mobile apps to provide real-time program alerts, instant push notifications, and importantly, a handheld mobile way to deliver customer benefits. Now your loyal customers are as close as their mobile phone. We've known that for some time. We'll be spending more time on this in a few minutes. Important in the B2B customer loyalty, face-to-face events. The B2B Content Marketing 2015 benchmark study, in-person events were identified basically as the most effective form of content marketing for the 5th consecutive year. A big story to tell. Even with the rise of constant communication via apps, it's still impersonal. It's little wonder that face-to-face interactions, whether you're on a sales call, in events or that type of thing, I'll be getting into a few of these, should be considered essential in any B2B loyalty program. Besides the Cubs outing or a business lunch, here's some examples of high-value in-person events. Customer appreciation events, concerts, parties, sponsored charities, ways that you can give back, and it gives you back huge. Customer conferences and user groups. We're all invited to user groups, association meetings. Bring multiple customers together. Network, learn, collaborate, have them share from you, share with one another. Customer roadshow visits, sometimes called health checks. Take a cross-functional team to one or more of the client's facilities to gain a deeper understanding of the client culture and possible future needs. Great way to be elbow to elbow with clients and customers. Drink of water. Some more customer loyalty ideas. With online communities, create forums, chats, where customers can connect with you and colleagues. One that's a little bit different out of the box, valet service for big customers. Get creative. What perks would appeal to your biggest and most loyal clients' customers? On-site training, special online tools. Bring them into your place of business. Have them be up close and personal. Gamification or points-based. Customer earn points for discounts, prizes, training, these kinds of things. Paid VIP. Offer your high-value customers an opportunity to join your VIP club, where customers basically pay extra fees for access to additional resources. We've got one ongoing right now with an online client who basically after you spend $1,000 with them right now, lifetime, you become basically a VIP member with shipping of their product for free. So we may be helping them change that this whole component up a bit, but that's currently how they move forward. Skills or certification offer opportunities for professional growth through paid conference registrations. Have them give you something back to give them something. Certification courses, skills enhancement. These are all in the skills or certification area. And talking about apps, mobile, basically how to app yourself. Like most marketers, going mobile is somewhere in the marketing mix. Let's start with the basics, already proven to be successful. A slide share piece called B2B Mobile Marketing, a 10-step starter guide integrating mobile into B2B marketing mix. Although it came out a few years ago, these are great foundational things to be up on, and we pulled out some highlights to think about. So we've got one, audit existing content for web and marketing programs. Optimize all existing content for web and mobile. Need to sometimes simplify the message, stratify it. What will help your audience perform better, faster, easier? Create an app for that. Sometimes appropriate, sometimes not. What's your competition doing in the mobile world? How can you do it better? A little competitive intel can go a long way. Study what the competition is doing. How can you use mobile to create a unique value and customer experience? What one-of-a-kind content are you creating from your industry and media events? White papers, new videos, interviews. Set up a special alert feature. If you've got email alerts, set that so that they get an alert, much like you get an alert from LinkedIn if you set it up properly, or Facebook, etc. Extend your customer service applications to mobile. Your mobile strategy. How will you accomplish your goals? This should integrate with your documented content marketing plan through your whole organization. But your mobile strategy, think about these elements below. Informing, breaking info and developments. Keep your clients and customers knowing what's going on in your organization. Initiating a new communication channel with targets. Interacting, creating new ways to connect with your audience with specialized apps. Improving productivity with helpful tools and features. Incenting, call to action, getting the audience to watch a video or download a trial. Trials are all over the place, whether you're looking at a new program to use or that kind of thing. For app vendors, reach out to your network for recommendations. Look to the BMA, Business Marketing Association, or the AMA, American, on their vendor list. Their vendor lists are full of good info as well as good vendor resources if you're looking for somebody in whatever area, app development, et cetera. A good mobile app developer should offer you more than technology. Also the latest innovations in mobile marketing strategy as well. So they should be able to help you think about it in a broad picture type of way, not just single things out. But decide on how you'll promote your mobility to your audience. Tie it into your overall content strategy. What internal consensus and participation do you need? Most importantly, get sales input for how they can leverage mobility when you're talking to customers. Consider other departments as well, trade associations, You may want to customize apps for memberships, conferences, association events. And this leads us to poll question number 2. Lauren.
Thanks so much, Mark. Right, our next poll question is going to cover big data. It reads, what percentage of big data do most Fortune 500 companies estimate that they analyze each year? So if you're not familiar with big data, we are going to cover that on the next slide. But take a guess. Your options here are 12%, 38%, 50%, or 66%. So take a guess. Remember, Fortune 500 companies probably have tons of resources at their disposal. So I'll give you 3 more seconds. 2, 1. Okay, Mark, going to the results.
Lots of varied results here, and it looks like the answer, Fortune 500 companies analyze about 12% of their big data each year. A very small component. What do you think of that, Lauren?
I'm very shocked, actually.
That's
very shocked.
That's not much. That's not much studying data, which is really what they need to be doing. Would you agree?
I do, yeah.
As you just mentioned, here we go, putting big data to work. Where do we start in taming the big data beast? You've got to get your organization in shape first. The fiercecmo.com recommends 5 foundational elements that you need to put in place before you start to drink from what we call the big data fire hose. Culture, number 1. You've got to get buy-in and consensus. You've got to get the ability to make data-driven decisions. It's a major, major culture change sometimes. Expectations. There's got to be a shared vision of insights from big data and its impact on decision making. 3, process. Do you have integration processes in place for a full spectrum of analysis? Capture, reporting, engagement. You need to do some silo busting. We see this on every larger engagement where departments aren't speaking to one another. There's fragmented people. We've experienced across the cube or across the hallway from somebody, and they won't share information unless they talk to supervisor A, supervisor B, or that kind of thing. So some of this silo busting is really urgent. Number 4, IT infrastructure. What's your technology? What technology enhancements do you need to take on big data? Data, big or small, structured or unstructured. Data fuels analytics efforts. We know this. There must be some underlying infrastructure in and around it. 5, sales. Have you got sales training tools to use the customer insights? Having analyzed your 5 foundational pieces, you've got to ask yourself, do you have unique expertise and technology on staff to take on big data science? You think you do? A few organizations do, and it would be a good time basically to research and invest in technology consultants. This is the realm of advanced algorithms and data science, so you can best advise, get best advice to offer and stay ahead of the big data curve. Is it research? Is a research partner or those companies in the know? Take a look at organizations like Sixsense, Bizzo, FlipTop, Infer, Teradata. There's a ton out there. Take a look at these first, and that may lead you into other avenues. But remember, go with the analytics tool or company that can move at the speed of your business. You're going to find companies that are more advanced. You're going to find companies less advanced. We've done this and experienced this internally after 30 some odd years in business. So, like I said, pretty rich content here, folks. Hopefully not overwhelming you, but not everybody has a budget to bring in outside expertise. So here's some tips here's 5 tips to help you get ahead of your data working for you productively and set the stage to bring in a vendor. Sometimes you've got to basically do these until you're ready to hire the vendor. Clean up and use your existing data. Start by cleaning the data you currently have. Share your project with everybody in the company. Raise awareness and encourage people to share their input. The more buy-in you get, the better. Segment it once, segment it twice. Segment your data into subsets. You'll be able to gain insight into different ways of different approaches you should take for each marketplace. Once you understand that number, you'll be able to generate different personas for different segments and make a list ready to distribute to specific and targeted content. Nobody wants general content anymore. It's all about one-to-one communication. 4, use your social media data. Social media basically enables you to quickly pick up demographic data that's too often ignored by B2B companies who aren't sophisticated yet as sometimes the B2C. Again, make sure you're to clean your data first, then segment it into your target audience, profiles, or personas. Make sure to analyze the data and make sure to correlations with other data sources. Number 5 we've got up here as data management. The ultimate problem with big data is the compilation of it. That's especially true when a large number of people are actively working and collecting the data. What happens is that we quickly end up having to manage duplicated, incompletes, corrupted, missing database. While there's no secrets to successfully managing your data, the best way to go about it is to carefully plan before actually having to interact with the data. By planning, you'll do what with the data, you can greatly reduce the risk of redundancy or corruption. Right now in our organization, we've got somebody looking at our list, compiling incompletes for when we do outreach, when we do snail mail outreach. So really important to clean the data. Content marketing, maximizing your blogging and social media. 2 big topics. Yes, it's true we toss content strategy and social media strategy in the same breath. They're not the same thing. Are they the same thing? Yes and no. Social media is the cousin to blogging, are part of your bigger content marketing strategy. These fit under or within the umbrella, and as such, have special strategy and implementation needs. Now, most B2B companies today are using social media, but from what we've seen here, it's kind of a scattershot approach unless you've got a chosen in-house person or vendor. Social media marketing generally is used for raising brand awareness, providing an open forum for directly interacting with the people you need to be, your clients and customers. In contrast, content marketing is focused more on demand generation, bringing prospects to the brand's site. I like this comment. Jay Baer, president of Convince and Convert, stated, "The goal of content marketing is consumption, then behavior. The goal of social media is have them participate, participation, then behavior." Here's a few ways to refine and implement your social media strategy. As I mentioned a minute ago, hire one person as your social media expert. Everybody thinks they know B2B social media. A little knowledge is dangerous, much like any endeavor that you get involved with. The worst thing you can do, and I've seen this over and over again with each organization almost that we get involved with, unless they're very sophisticated. They've got disappointing results from somebody like your summer intern. You've got to hire expertise. Differentiate each social media channel. Take the time to understand each network by understanding which ones, which type of buyers are active on which platforms. We're active with our social media via Lauren and Lauren's help in LinkedIn and Facebook. Those are two that we've chosen to be actively doing posts and that. Understanding that social media is for B2B is a lot different than B2C. A B2B campaign must be a continuum of ongoing engagements that give prospects time to see the value in the content you're publishing. You've got to warm up to your solution, or they have to warm up to your solution. Locate current or prospective customers on social media. Ask your clients and customers which social media platforms do they use in their business activities. Who do they rely on? Who do they turn to? Identify the thought leaders with the most influential voices in your industry and your customers' industries. I can point to 3 to 5 in mine who I'll get a correspondence from. I'll always look at it, see what they're saying, see what they're thinking. Follow them on Twitter, connect with them on LinkedIn, and like them on their Facebook pages. Interact with them through social media to raise your company's profile among their followers. Check what customer topics are trending on social media. Post original and curated topics that are all the buzz with your customers. Believe it or not, only 4% of active social media users generate original content. Another option, use SlideShare to post informative slide decks from your existing PowerPoints and other presentations that you make. It's got to be a mix of your materials and shared materials. Monitor your social media closely. Respond promptly to customer questions, comments, complaints. Hopefully not too many complaints. Be consistent. Keep the conversation and content going. Keep it active. Keep answering. Consider your options for automation. Automating. Posting consistency is critical. It's easy to fall behind on your social media calendar, so consider automating an automated option. We know that we're going to get correspondence from key people in our industry, key suppliers, and people that we respect. Blog with the best. If you haven't already started regular blog series, it's never too late. In fact, it might be a perfect time to implement a blogging strategy. Over the past few years, we've learned best practices as to what works, what doesn't work. So here's some practical tips and strategies to jumpstart and refine your blogging efforts. You need clear blogging goals, KPIs for your content marketing strategy. It all feeds off your overall strategy for your marketing plan. What's the campaign's goal? Who's the target audience? What do you want to accomplish for a specific blog? More visitors, leads, clicks? Share thought leadership as part of our content strategy. Here at Swimmer, we post blogs, curated articles, mixed with informative updates on a wide range of business topics that go beyond marketing. You don't want to always talk about your field. You don't always want to be pounding your own chest, and you just want to be as fresh as you can. You've got to think like a publisher. Publishers have to create relevant content, determine the best methods to publicize their content to improve your reach. You want to reach out to the marketplace to find advertising opportunities as well as manage them. You've got to post on the regular schedule, like I mentioned, frequently, at least twice a month. Write for 3 milestones of a buyer's journey and document these. Awareness, consideration, decision, post where they visit. Leverage collaborations in guest blogs. If you want visibility, keep a master list of top bloggers in your industry and reach out to them. Ask them for advice. Ask them for a guest blog. Feature and share their content. You'll be pulling visits, possibly leads from their audience, and you'll be creating valuable relationships with the top industry experts. Go beyond your site. Guest postings, syndication sites. Good example, business to community. Provide excellent free promotional channels for your content. Making your post visible to the largest audience possible should be the end goal with guest posting, syndication sites. Your blog surely will reach a larger audience. Use graphic elements. Just so happens we put some pictures in there, some graphic elements. Content with images get 94% more views than those that don't. Use infographics. Infographics are hot right now. Promote your content where your customers are, where they visit. You've got to remember to put in there calls to action are very important. Clicking the button, provide them with relevant case study, something of value, rather than typical sales pitch. And take a break for a poll question.
Thanks, Mark. All right, everyone, our final poll question for the day. The Boston Consulting Group estimates that millennials wield about blank in annual buying power. You have 4 options here: $13 million, $130 million, $1.3 billion, or $1.3 trillion. Mark, do you want to give an explanation of what a millennial is for the group?
Millennial is, I believe, the bracket of 25 to, is it 39 or some area like that? But I've got 3 kids and a 25 and a 28. These are millennials. I see them every day, communicate with them, and kind of see how they get information, and it's very interesting. To say
For sure. Absolutely. Definitely, and I would fall into the millennial category myself, so I would say that's correct. So I'll give everybody about 3 more seconds to vote. 3, 2, 1. Okay, going over to the results now. We're split even.
Split even. All right. And let's see. Okay. We've got some folks that hit it at 1 point. Actually, it's actually 1 point. They didn't hit it. $1.3 trillion.
Wow.
So my kids are wielding a lot of power, evidently. Marketing to millennials, marketing to folks the age that we're talking about. We've got a new generation of B2B decision makers, the millennials. Not a millennial, a little bit older than them, need to reorg. We need to think about them. What worked for baby boomers, and I'd be one, may not resonate with this crowd. Here's a few running practical tips for engaging the growing vital sector. Mobile's key. They're on that 24/7, 365. You're having a nice conversation, and they're on their iPhone or their, I shouldn't be plugging one device, iPhone or Droid device. 34% of people involved in B2B buying decisions in 14 use their mobile devices across each stage of the purchase decision. You need to be relevant, shareable content, provide relevant live virtual experiences and content in a conversational style. Millennials, in turn, will share via social media, likes with their world. They really like humor. Consider using that as you transfer your content to them. Two drivers for purchasing decisions. Keep in mind that the top two buying influencers are their organizations' data analysis and recommendations from the friends and family. Phone company tried that friends and family thing to invite them aboard several years ago. Millennial data they will provide. They'll share personal information in exchange for incentives. Marketers can now collect, mine, apply social data for high-performance marketing results. Use that data that you collect. Corporate transparency is important. They're somewhat distrustful in the corporate world. They will not do business with companies that are slow to respond to feedback or are secretive about activities. Instant response, please. Raised on technology, they expect near instant response. Boomers email, they text. I text too. Just to note that. Promote your do the right thing actions. Millennials like to do business with companies that are active in charities. Charitable involvement is important to them. Harness user-generated content and reviews are great. Millennials trust user-generated sources, so gain a competitive edge with this tactic. Focus on a group of this demographic. Pick their brains about how you can better communicate with them about your product, service, your offerings. So that, as I said, was a chock-full program, and hopefully some Q&As after this. But key takeaways. Regardless of where you're using video, sorry about that. Regardless of where you're using videos, develop a consensus-driven mission statement. 2, face-to-face events are the most effective for building strong customer loyalty. Another takeaway. Research your customers' needs and your competition's weakness in the mobile environment. 4, get buy-in for how to use big data. Strongly consider outsourcing to a vendor. That's how to get it done day in and day out. 5, hire one person as your social media expert. Blog frequently. Think like a publisher. Reuse that content. Once that content is out there and used, use it in another. Communicate with millennials via mobile devices. Provide them relevant, shareable, conversational content. Sorry about the change in the voice there, folks, but basically now it's your turn. Although the second quarter just ended, you still have plenty of time to revisit your 2015 marketing plan for a mid-year check. Armed with new strategies and practical implementation tactics, you may want to revise the plan going into the third and fourth quarter. Let's get to Q&A segment. Thanks everyone for attending. A lot of content there. Feel free, as always, to contact me directly with any questions that you have. And we're not done yet with the series. We'll be presenting the third in the series, everybody's fave, which is ROI, how to put ROI into this marketing area. So that'll be a fun one to present.
Wonderful. Thank you, Mark. Well, take a break, grab a drink of water. I'll continue with this here. We're going to move into the Q&A session. This is your time to share with us. So I do see a few questions in the chat area. You can let me know what you came away with during this webinar, if there are any examples or statements or any of the poll questions that made you pause and think about your organization. Just talk back to Mark and I. Also, as Mark said, if you're interested in learning more about today's program, you can find out more information on the brand new Swimmer website, which you can find at swimmerchicago.com. If you did register for this webinar in advance, you will receive an email within the next day or so that will contain the link to this recording. As Mark mentioned, the next webinar will be on Tuesday, August 11th, and the topic will be on ROI, the return that you should see on your marketing investment if you follow the steps that Mark has outlined today. Okay, so we're going to go back to the chat section right here and see what questions we have. All right, Mark, your first question is, our company wants our executives to post more blogs, but they don't have the time to write. How can they motivate them?
Lauren, thanks very much. I'd suggest basically writing it out for them. The busy marketing director, what have you, if you write some content for them, give them something to eyeball and approve, that'll get anything going. I know myself, running our organization, if somebody is intent on getting something rolling, do some research in the writing. Add a component to that. Spin it in the direction of your organization, or as I mentioned, you don't always have to. It doesn't always have to be about you, or it shouldn't always be about you. Look at the curated data content that I mentioned earlier. Excuse me, leaders. In your area, you can customize with your fresh perspective.
Great ideas. Thank you. Okay, this next question we have here is about everyone's favorite topic, customer loyalty. This individual is saying that their marketing budget is pretty much devoted to other initiatives, but they want to do more with face-to-face marketing to build customer loyalty. Do you have any suggestions that will be cost-effective for them, Mark?
Trade associations, yes, I do, Lauren. Trade associations, most customers and clients are members of, can be members of. You might think of getting your company leaders or subject matter experts speaking on a panel or interviews on panels at a conference where your customers will be attending, basically. This helps position your company is everything that we want. We want ourselves to be thought leaders in the industry. We want people to be thinking of us as experts. One of the great reasons to be social marketing is all over. Becoming an expert, being somebody who people can rely on and turn to.
Definitely. All right. I see one more question here. Mark, you mentioned a laundry list of video categories. This individual has clients in both the for-profit and nonprofit sectors. Can you make some category recommendations for each?
Yeah, great question. The B2B overviews, for a B2B company, company overviews, product demos have a popular, they're trending, shifting to more company culture and thought leadership videos. assuming this shift is one for millennials as well. You'll do much of your working with companies that have a feel for the people, basically to share cutting-edge content. For the not-for-profits, I'm speaking of our trade association clients. They're video focus on membership recruitment, retention, conferences, and webinar promotions. Video rocks and rolls in many organizations, and it will now and into the future.
Fantastic.
Good question.
Thank you. Yes, that was an excellent question. Okay, thank you very much, Mark. I appreciate everything today. I actually learned a lot as well from your presentation. And as I don't see any additional questions in our chat section right now, I'm going to wrap today's webinar. Mark and I would like to say thank you very much for your time, and we hope that you learned something new that you can share with your team. Take care, and we'll talk with you again next month.
Thanks, everybody.